Okay, so it's a so another format is called like a let's step back a little more and let's discuss form properties also. Properties are nothing but again it's also a key value pair. Uh, so what it is, right? What is key value pair? Or you can also say like this. Suppose actually map, right? What it stores? A map is a key value pair data. So there will be a key and there will be a value. So for example, actually, if you want to send some information about student, what will you send? How you will represent that is, uh, so you will represent this is student underscore name, student underscore age, student underscore uh, class, student underscore school. Like this, right? You can keep representing all the names, all the keys, and here actually for each student actually you will create yeah, or you can actually, let's say here you will represent something like your student names and everything, right? Angel, student age 22, student class, uh, masters, student school, university. Okay, you can create like this and you can pass it actually as a record. So this is also a record based transmission. So same thing, right? Here actually comes like a student name and everything, right? Same thing actually. If I translate that to XML, how I can write it? So the keys goes into the as a tag, value be like this. Okay. So this is the way actually we can represent XML also in our data. Uh, the data is, this is actually a properties and this is XML form, XML version. Okay, likewise actually you can keep actually whatever the data, right? Uh, you can create as you can create the data in XML. So what you need to understand is the tag name is something like a key. In between the tags, there will be like in XML there will be always a opening tag, right? Which will be with a representation of two angular brackets. That is a key, and for each open tag there will be like a closing tag required. That's will be like a same like a open tag and followed by a backward slash. It contains actually between two angular brackets. It starts with a backward slash that is called like a closing notation. In between that, whatever it is, it can be the value of that tag. So, for example, even here, right, in application properties, actually, it is very difficult to mention the components. It's not like a nothing you can't display represent it, but it's difficult to represent it, the components. But whereas actually, let's say you have address, which is like a component. So that also actually can represent in XML using uh, complex attributes, right? So you can represent this is student address. So in this address, right, uh, house number. So this is will be your uh, complex attribute. Sorry, this will be your complex node actually, complex type student address. Whereas these are all actually student school, student class. These are actually simple type, right? Where it's a key is there and values are always there. But when it comes to student address, a student address is actually multiple values are there in the address. So something like a house number, uh, street name, city name, pin code, right? This is a complex format. Student address is a complex format. So that's how actually you can represent simple type and complex types in XML. So far, any questions in this one?
No, sir.
No,
So
sir.
if you want to write address in properties, how we will? It means it's a complex.
Yeah, so here I mentioned, if you notice that school underscore name, etc., right? So
Yes.
yeah, so similar format we follow actually. School, student, address, house number. So it's like a TDS approach equals to something.
Oh,
So when you decompile it, right, it's always actually when you write data and when you are sending to some data, the other person need to understand it what it is key. So when he decompile it, he will actually split that. Okay, okay, address underscore house number has to go to this one, etc. Right? Likewise, actually, he can do that one. So this is what actually our simple XML representation. Uh, there are many things actually. Attributes actually I haven't covered it. In previous class actually we discussed about XSDs as well. So what we will do today, we'll straight away we'll jump onto Maven. Uh, how Maven will be helpful. You will know it actually how Maven will be helpful in order to uh, maintain the dependencies and all, right? How Maven will be helpful. You will know it. So what I did actually for Maven project, actually I created a new repo. Uh, Let me go to GitHub. Yeah, Java training with Maven. I created this one. So I will be using this one to check out it. Let me check out it and then we'll do that. New.
Why, sir? Why did you do separate for Maven?
Uh, yeah, one second. Let me explain. Uh, it's empty project actually as of now. Yeah, it's empty actually. Nothing is there. The reason why I want separate is the structure will be little different from normal to Maven. So here actually there is no pom.xml. Uh, so Maven actually comes up with pom.xml. So what is Maven? Uh, Let me go and explain a little bit on that one first. Maven. I already showed you like the Maven repo what it is. It's Apache one. Okay, first of all, let me step back. What is Apache? Uh, Apache is, as you've seen here, is a software foundation. Uh, but actually, it is a non-profit software organization. They won't hire anyone. There will not be any employees in Apache software. It's just a virtual company, okay, where actually it runs tons of projects. Um, it's actually a members. There are no employees. There is no uh, like a yeah. There are few employees, but not uh, like a developers. All these people will not be there. Just to manage this software, they manage this company. At least there are some people required. So those many administrative people are there, but not any developer. They won't want any developer. It's actually what happens. Anybody actually who has a idea, they can develop a project as a project, right? And if they feel that actually they want to pull some support from as a single person, actually you cannot actually develop everything, right? So you have a basic idea and you want to engage somebody, some other developers in order to develop for you, but those developers will not or may not get paid. Okay, technically they won't get paid. It's it's a non-profit organization, as you see that non-profit organization. So developers may pay, may not pay. It all depends, case by case actually. uh, so what these people will do, these people actually will develop reusable components or something actually which will be more common for every developer. So it can be a Java project, it can be Python, it can be anything actually. They will develop some of the commonly used software, right? Like if I am there, right? Like okay, I got an idea, so I will develop something, but I may not complete the development. So what I will do, I will give a licensing to Apache Foundation. I will host in this website. Okay, I will go and I will explain actually. Okay, it's a volunteer community, right? So I will go and post actually. This is my idea. I want to develop in this one. So you can maybe actually they will allow, the administrative team actually will allow to post that one, whatever the idea. And once that is posted, right, as a project, so anybody actually like who is interested, who is passionate, like okay, I like that, maybe Kavya likes that idea, she wants to be part of that one, right? So that's where actually it comes like a collaboration. She comes and she also helps me to complete the project. Likewise actually many people comes and complete the project, and because it's a non-profit, right? It's purely for another developer. Like whatever we are developing is mainly for somebody else, like a some other developers like a Dharani or Dakshayani or somebody actually who is working in any company. Let's say Sabha is working in HGS, and she feels like some of that component is a little tricky. She thinks that if something is available on the fly, right? She has like a tight deadlines or something actually. Uh, she wants to take help from the forums. So she found that this as a project. Pretty much actually whatever she wants that, right? It is readily available. So she can, what she can do, she can immediately jump and take that project, and she can use that project in her project as a dependency, right? Uh, that's what it is like. Are you able to follow it to what I'm saying? The Apache Foundation, how it works, what's the developers and all.
Yes, sir.
So similarly, the Maven in Apache projects, right? Maven actually somebody created by looking at the existing problems, like how people are suffering uh, with the dependencies and all, right? They found that actually somebody might have got like some idea. Uh, uh, when they developed idea, they hosted it in Apache project, and then actually there's somebody else actually along with him, somebody else might be doing actually uh, collaborating and developing the code, like a one piece one person actually. And today it's publicly available for us actually. It's still actually maybe some of the things are going on, but if you see it actually, uh, collaborate, contribute. So if you go here, right, you can join mailing list. If there is any issue actually, they can send you the list. uh, this is what actually build Maven. Okay. See, they also gave like uh, uh, some of styles actually, how you need to follow like the guidelines, how you can do it and everything. Where is this actually? Okay, here actually you have the code for Maven. So you can see like contributors, overall contributors. These contributors, right, um, are purely actually they work for a non-profit. They may get paid by looking at some sponsors, like a it's like a charity. You can think that what happens in a charity, you may get paid, you may not get paid, but still actually you need to serve, right? So it's similar to that one. If you go here, sponsors, some of them actually just like a thank you note, right? Okay, you develop something actually which is used for me, which is saved my time. So yeah, I'm donating you like $100. uh, some people may be like, okay, it's actually tremendous work you did it, and I want to appreciate your work, and I want to keep your people should come up with some more ideas and all, right? So you can in those ideas, right, you can they may come and sponsor you as well. Okay, they may come and sponsor you that, okay, I want this idea. If any contributors are coming, I may okay, let's say that I don't mind actually what's the like different scenarios, like maybe Facebook, right? They may come and ask like a post like a sample idea, and they can put like some money on that one. Let's say that I am giving you like a $10,000 for this one. I don't care actually if the project is completed, if a single person completes or 10 people completes, all this $10,000 is for them, right? They can, in that case, right, the administrative department actually takes the $10,000, and whoever completed on that particular day, they will distribute to them. That's how they will get paid, but not necessarily they will get paid. So these are all contributors. What they do, right? They develop this Maven by seeing existing problems, how the people are suffering, how people are dependencies are not manageable. So they develop a project called Maven. What it is, Maven is, uh, so everything comes up with a object model. Uh, it's more like we are in a object oriented system, right? Similarly, the POM file, everything will be defined as an object in a XML syntactical form. In a XML syntaxes, actually they will define that one, and within the XML, the structure of that one, right, will define you like a uh, what properties, what dependencies you want, what you are exactly looking up, all these things actually, and also how to build the jar files, how to build the war files, what needs to be collected, etc., etc. You will specify in this Maven. So Maven, so there is a pom.xml. As soon as actually you say that Maven, pom.xml is your primary component in the Maven. So what is pom.xml? It's a project object model. What it is? Project object model, which is defined in a XML format. Project object model, pom.xml. So what it generally contains? So it contains pure XML syntaxes. XML, XML, something. Okay. Actually, it's project, 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 project. Okay. And within this, actually, you will specify uh, within this, you will specify uh, what is your group ID. Okay. What is your artifact ID? Okay. What is your version ID? All these things actually will specify in this one. So what is group ID now? Group ID actually, uh, first let me tell you like what is artifact ID. Artifact ID nothing but your jar name, how you want to represent your package name. So if you take like in previous example what I was explaining, that right, let's say your Zomato. So in Zomato, actually, there are different logical components. Zomato is not one single app, right? For you, actually, when you order, it's the front face only you are seeing it. Uh, Even the front face wise, it is not same. What you see is what a delivery boy using or what a restaurant boy using. Right? It's a complete different UI actually. So obviously there is a complete different uh, package actually. uh, you know that, right? Like a how many of you actually you used Ola?
I used it.
You used it. Anybody else?
No.
Okay. uh, so anything else? Zomato or any other apps actually? What Okay, how many of you actually use Flipkart, Amazon?
Flipkart, I used Amazon, Swiggy, Zomato, Ola, Uber.
Yeah. Okay. Phone Pay and all, actually you might have used it, right? I think everybody might have used Phone Pay, right?
Yes,
let's
phone
take
pay.
let's let's take that as an example. You are using as a consumer, Okay, you are using as a retail consumer. But same thing actually, let's say the vendor, he may be using it as a merchant. Whatever he is using and whatever you are using, it's completely different, right? Though look and everything similar, but the functionality is not same. For him actually, for you actually, what's the balance? You have it, it will show it up. What's your wallet balance and how you are paying it, how much actually is it the right amount or not, it will show up. But for the vendor actually it's a different way. It may be a complete different view, what product he sold it and how much he got it and who paid it. The information what he is getting is a different, and the view also like a little different. So what we can see it as here, right, is two different artifacts, two different libraries. They are using two different versions, or maybe or may not be. Right? So that's what actually here artifact is coming here. So if I take the same Flipkart, right? So how it will translate, right? Let's take it. If I take PhonePe, your artifact ID, your libraries, first actually this one will become, this is consumer. I'm closing this. And here merchant. Okay. Now, as you've seen that there might be actually updates coming up in your phone also, right? Okay, phone pay version 2 is updated. Whenever actually your voice version or anything is updated, or sometimes actually a new version of Flipkart is available, or new version of phone pay is available. And generally you may see like some numbers also, right? For example, actually you probably are using Android. So you will see that Android voice is 12. Please upgrade to Android 12, Android 11, etc., coming up, right? Same thing like a Windows also is coming up. Like a, if you are using simple Windows also, you may be using like a Windows 11 is coming up, Windows 12 is coming up, etc. You may notice that one. So same thing here also. The version is nothing but the rolling version, like upgrades. Every time actually you will be going with upgrades, right? That's what actually it will come. Version you will specify. That may be different for each artifact or each package. Okay, version. Now let's come to the group ID. What it is, group ID. Group ID generally actually, whatever the libraries, whatever actually we're developing under one umbrella, that's what actually group ID. It's nothing but actually logically we're taking, like if you are taking school or anything, right? Your organization ID or your sub-organization IDs, that's what actually can specify. So in this case, let's say if you are developing phone pay or something, so it will be like a com dot phone pay. This group ID can be similar for multiple artifacts, multiple jar files. So this is what actually will specify first. The very first actually you need very important things are group ID, artifact ID, version ID. What version you are using, what is the artifact ID, how you will name it to your libraries, etc. So far, any questions here?
No, sir.
So now actually if you go to any Maven repository, let's go to MVN stands for Maven, actually short form, Maven repository. If you take any of the already existing one, look at this one, like construct. So in this one, right, software.constructs is group ID. They might be developing like a multiple, okay, not much. Okay, org.gvers, org.gvers. Look at this one. This is your group ID, org.gvers, org.gvers. They develop like a multiple projects under one group or one umbrella. Right? Everything is actually specific purpose. Okay, they develop JavaScript code, JavaScript Spring, JavaScript persistent SQL. These all things comes as a artifact IDs. Okay, and if you go inside that one, for example, JavaScript library, if you look this one, and there is a version also. Look at the latest version 6.7. Look this one. Group ID is JVers. Artifact ID is JVers code. Version is 6.7.1. So these are all actually how you will identify a particular jar and version. In order to specify a unique representation, these are very important. So what version you are using, what artifact ID, what is a group ID, everything. Even if you go to anything, common SIVO, right? So this is common SIVO is a group ID. Common SIVO, actually, they also created same thing. Or let's take any other thing. Let's say log4j itself. We discussed log4j, right? See here actually they created log4j, org.apache.logging.log4j. Under this umbrella, they have multiple jar files: log4j API, log4j SLF4j, SL, uh, log4j JCL, web, many things. Each serves a different purpose. This is a logical component. If you go here, log4j group ID, and look this one, this is what actually the main umbrella, what it comes to, a building umbrella, whatever, what you can logically clubs them. And this is a sub component. So it's like a yeah, it's one of the sub component library, you can say. It may and the version also is there. What I'm Once again, let me tell. Anything, right? If you take like a fan, okay, there might be sub components, that one. So you can think like a ceiling fan. Ceiling fan will be having a motor. Okay, how they package in your this one, right? Think that actually you ordered whether from Amazon or anything, actually you ordered a ceiling fan. How it comes? It comes like a sub components, right? Everything within a package, they package sub components. Sub components, something like, okay, the fan motor is one package, and actually the fans, the three fans it's there, right? That will be the leaves actually coming up as a different package, and tying rod, tools required to that one, they will be in a separate package. So they will package it, right? So similarly, in our software also we package everything, though actually you are looking up in one component, right? It's subsequently it might be having logical components. But that's where actually we'll specify your group ID here, right? Let's say you ordered Usha ceiling fan. That's where it is. Artifact here, under Usha ceiling fan, everything comes up. Ceiling rod, ceiling leaves, a motor, all these things actually will be uh, different artifacts. And then the version comes up. Version is something like where you can specify a number, actually a numeric version, that's where you can keep on upgrade to that one, for each and every. It's like a versioning, how you are checking into your GitHub, right? For each and uh, uh, every phase, actually will version that one. We'll go over how to version that one in later section. But so far you understand, right? Group ID, artifact ID, version ID. Any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Now, sorry, who said that? So somebody was saying it. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Uh, okay. Now, this is what actually about your project. Next, actually, the one more important piece is what dependencies actually you are using it. It comes like a dependencies. Dependencies. So as remember, in XML, for each and every opening tab, we need a closing tab. So we close that one. Just 1 second. For each and every open tab, we need to have a closing tab. We depend that. So in dependencies, now actually we'll specify what dependencies actually we need it. Again, it comes like a dependency. Dependencies is plural and dependency is single. Everything, multiple dependencies, we can specify it. Multiple dependencies we will specify. What we will specify in dependencies? So let's go back once, actually, whatever our previous one, jar test. Here, actually, what we specified here, external libraries to print the jar test, right? To print logging. What we specified? We specified, if you go here, project structure, we specified the library. Oh, nothing specified. I think we didn't specify anything, because let me go here. If you go to this one, our regular Java training, in log4j, we specified MySQL connector. In order to connect to a MySQL database, we specify MySQL connector Java in our libraries, in our dependencies. So this will be your this will be your dependency. So how will you specify it? So simple thing is, go here. You want to connect to MySQL connector, right? So just simply type here MySQL. Here it will come here. It comes here. Whatever we have, right? MySQL connector Java, right? MySQL connector Java. So here it is. Here, go to latest version. All the dependency information is here, actually. It's 8.0.30, right? Exactly. It's MySQL, and then followed by MySQL connector Java and 8.0.30 version. You can see that, right? MySQL connector Java 8.0.3.0. So generally, actually, these two will be part of your name itself, jar name itself. Not the group ID, but artifact ID and version ID will be your part of the jar file. So simply, actually, what you will do, you will specify this one. You can copy as a dependency, and you can mention in your dependencies. Okay. Likewise, actually, we'll specify as much as libraries you want. In a project, as I said, right, you may use like a tons of libraries eventually. So you will specify all the libraries in one go, And actually, you don't need to specify here, right? You don't need to specify here in the jar file. You don't need to maintain the jar files here. Your whenever you build that one, right, it automatically comes to your you don't need to download manually. Your this form XML will download for you and add to your libraries. Let's say that one, how it will work it practically. um, so I'm going to form with Maven now. So simple thing is actually if it is a brand new project, just actually go here and add framework support and click Maven. Okay. See, as you see here, everything came here. So here actually what it goes in the group ID. Some of you can tell me. Just your thoughts. Yeah, just it need not to be like a right one. Just update your thoughts.
Java training with Maven.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other? Any other? Think that. So you are right. Java training with Maven, it's a jar file. And this is what actually snapshot version, whatever, right? I can, instead of snapshot, actually, I can mention 1.0 version. It's like you can think like a movie, all right? Pushpa 1.0, Pushpa 2.0, Bahubali 1, Bahubali 2. It's just version. Okay. Now here, it can be anything. Maybe I can give like a my company name. Under training umbrella, we are delivering this one, right? So as soon as you mention this thing, right? You also notice that SRC main, SRC test. These folders are automatically generated. I didn't do anything. I just right click, and then if you notice, actually my Git repository is plain empty. It doesn't have any SRC directory at all. But here I just added framework support. By default, it created a SRC main, all this one. So our project structure automatically what it does it, right? In the Maven, the project structure automatically categorizes as this is your project directory, right? This is your root or project. Within this project, okay, what it categorizes, SRC stands for uh, source. Just SRC stands for source. Within that SRC, we have like another component called main that stands for, this is my main, and here one more component called test. Okay, there is a difference that actually main is actually your main application programming. Test is how to test your application. We haven't get into that one. For now, you can just ignore that one. In the main, again, it creates a substructure called Java. This is my Java program, and also it specifies your resources. What is resources? We'll cover that. Maybe today we'll cover that one. We'll try to cover it. Or else actually in upcoming classes we can cover it. Resources, nothing but actually your anything that requires non-Java files that are part of your application. So it's not it necessarily need not to be like a every time you will be writing uh, everything is part of Java only. Like there might be some data or something, right? Where you will specify in the resources. Maybe we'll cover it resources today at very high level, and then we can see it like what it will be there in the this one. Uh, so within Java, actually, you have your packages. Java packages. Within Java packages, you have .java files, or actually both goes together, right? So this is what actually you need to remember the project structure. If somebody asks you like what is Maven structure, you can explain that very well. So under there is a project root folder. Under root folder, we'll be having a src directory. Okay, root src directory. Under src directory, we have main test. Main holds all the main logic or functionality of the application, whereas test holds the logic that test the application, whether what you did, how you did, everything actually. It tests the application. Under Java, you can write packages and Java files, and resources also there in parallel to Java folder, where it holds non-Java program files. Non-Java program files. Okay, that's what actually it can hold it. Now, I haven't do anything. This is what my package, right? Now let me add dependencies. Dependencies. So I want to add these dependencies, right? MySQL connector. I will connect it to JDBC now. I just added this one, right? I haven't actually created anywhere anything that's related to anything that relates to my libraries or anywhere. I haven't downloaded any jar file, anything. So in order to download, right, what you simply need to do, I'm just explaining the bare minimum steps in the IDE. There are command line arguments also. Your IntelliJ comes up with all Maven installation. You don't need to separately install that one. We will cover the separate installation tomorrow class or next class. So go to Maven, just reload project. If you notice that one, actually, if you reload project somewhere here, how it is, status bar is working. See here, it downloaded the jar file. So you can ask like where it is downloaded, where it kept it. If we go here, it downloads actually to your local M2 drive, dot M2 drive. So that will be generally in your users directory. If you are there in Windows or anywhere, right, go to your users directory. This is my users directory. So here actually I will be having a folder called .m2. .m2. So in order to see that, I need to see hidden files. Okay. One more thing actually I want to explain you. Anything anywhere actually, the dot represents hidden file. If a file does not have any extension, right, and it is a folder, then that is a hidden file. So .m2, .hwt, these are all actually .mongodb, .npm, these are all actually hidden files, hidden folders. Intentionally, they want to hide it. That's why actually they call it dot. So within, if you go to M2, again, see now actually it's visible. M2 is the only non-visible. Inside that actually there are visible. Okay, now let's go here within repository. You can see like a lot of jar files are there, lot of this one. So here actually you can see like what is the group ID. So let's go to group ID MySQL. If you notice that actually it is downloaded today, MySQL today at 11:26, actually just few minutes ago, couple of minutes ago, it is downloaded. MySQL. If you go inside, this is the one, this is the version, and this is the jar file. That's what actually it is downloaded. You didn't download anything, right? It's automatically downloads this one. So always actually the jar files, the jar files are downloaded. To your user directory or user home directory. And this is what actually most important, M2. This is the default one, not like a all files you have to download here only. This is the root directory, and within this one actually group ID slash artifact ID slash version ID slash name. That jar can be found. So this is what actually user home directory M2 repository. You can change this location actually by in the Maven configuration or setting up environment variables or anything. Actually, you can change this one. It's not necessarily need to be here. Just to show you that, you can go to IntelliJ preferences. If you go to plugins or not plugins, build execution. Yeah, Maven, build tools, Maven. You can specify here where actually your Maven configuration is. Maven repositories, where you want to repositories. So this is what my Maven repository, local repository. So you can change it actually whatever the directory you want, unless you have a reason. But generally, this is what actually your root directory. Okay. So for any questions?
Yes, sir. Earlier we downloaded MySQL connector. So if we use Maven, no need of this, right?
Correct. No need to manually download that one. You can always it automatically comes. As soon as that you right click here, click reload project, it comes there.
Okay. So it's a group ID, it's like a project name. And
Mhm.
if, for example, if Flipkart, group ID is a Flipkart.com Flipkart, and
Mhm.
artifact ID is if I'm a consumer, if consumer, right?
Correct.
Or maybe merchant something versions. So it's a correct example.
That's correct. Versions will be whatever you can go over to your Flipkart and see like what is the version. There will be
Mhm.
always a version for each and every package. We need to have a version because for several reasons. Like if you have any issues or anything, right? How you roll back, how
Oh,
you advance on top of some other changes.
okay, okay, okay.
So you are right. Actually, you were saying that, right? Group ID will be like a com.flipkart. We generally in the world in this world we are following a reverse canonical order. For example, a company, uh, let's say Deloitte, they may follow like a com.deloitte. It's not deloitte.com, right? But actually they will come in a reverse way, com.deloitte. uh, Same thing, com.flipkart, com.amazon. This will be your group ID generally. And the artifact ID will be like a more specific name. What is your project it is. And versions, you can keep rolling that one. Right now, actually, we are giving 1.0, right? So that's what actually version it comes.
Okay.
Okay. So far, this is what actually we have. Now, what we will do, it in the package, if you can simply write uh, our Java connections, right? Mm, okay. I am writing this one. Also, I am adding a git ignore. I think I probably have explained what is git ignore. Git ignore is like a what you can specify. You don't need to consider it to check in. So I don't want targets to be considered. Okay. First, actually, let's see it. I don't want dot idea to be considered in order to check in anything. Okay. This is my MySQL connection. Oh, okay. I didn't create package. Let me create package. So now what I will do, I will create a MySQL, and here using this one get connection. I will implement. I will write a get connection where actually I will get a connection object. Public. It returns a connection object. Get connection. We have already this code somewhere, right? Same thing actually. I will use this one. But now actually, if I go here, where it is, here actually we have explained DB util connection, get connection, right? So here actually, yeah, same thing actually. We'll copy and use that one. So I need to import. It's already there, right? Wait. Okay. One more thing actually, I need to. I forgot actually. Uh, in earlier cases, actually, in our Java program, we used to set Java version also. Here also we can set Java version, but that is also actually using same POM XML only. We will everything will specify in here so that actually it will be available for any other. There will not be any uh, there will not be any manual steps to set up. So right here actually what we will specify uh, compiler version. I don't remember the tags. That's why actually I am setting it. I'm looking up for reference. Properties, no. Uh, let's see. So here, right, I will specify Java version 17. So that way, actually, it can set. Right now, I don't know what library it is there. OpenJDK 18 is there. Okay, let me reload. Okay, that's something else. I think that's not related to this one. Okay, so far we did that one. Let's actually try to create a now actually I created this one. I will also create a main application here just to make sure actually if I am able to connect it or not. It's a static one. So I need to create an instance. This is a non-static one. So I need to create an instance of this one in order to call this method. So I created get connection. So let's see actually if I get any exception or it can run it. Yep, no exceptions. We got actually connection object. Uh, so no issues. Uh, so now actually I added only one jar, right? Now maybe as I said, right, we will be going forward. Actually, we need to use log files as well. So how I can use log files? I already explained you log, right? Uh, so let's go here. Type log4j. Here it is log4j. What is the one earlier we were using? Yeah. So this is also actually you can use. I think this is more like a it went Java versions, right? Like a what is the compiler version, what is the source version, what I mean source version is like a, in what version you are writing. Compile target version is actually what version you want to make that jar file. By what version actually it should be compatible. So generally these will be same, but actually your source can be greater, not the target. If you are writing a Java a program that is compatible with the Java 11 features, you can only make jar file that's compatible with Java 11. So, or actually, if you are making a Java 8 compatible code, you cannot actually put target like a 11. It can be like a whatever your source, right? It can be lesser to that one. So, external libraries. Okay, I removed jar, I think here. Where is the other one? Java training. Okay, log4j. This is the one, right? We are using 1.2.7. So let's see like where it is. Log4j. Yeah, here it is. 1.2.17. So I will also use this API. As soon as actually you keep this one, actually it, clipboard is copied, right? It will directly commit. Go to my form.xml and within the dependency, we can add anything actually. Now log4j, right? I haven't, I am not doing anything. I will just go here, right click, Maven, reload project. It comes there. See log4j came here in the external libraries. By default, it will download and it will add to your libraries as well. So now I can create exactly like whatever the way actually we created, right? Log4j. For which one we created? Uh, yeah. So this is the way actually we need to create log4j, right? Declaration. So this is MSQL connection to know like what is the log file we are using. No, no. It's SLF4G log. Yeah, this is the. And here I will write log, right? And before returning, what I will do, or I will return connection from here. Here actually I will print that. Yeah. So invoke completed. Two logs actually I'm printing here. Now resources, right? What is resources? I mentioned, I already told you that these goes like a non uh, non-Java source files. So non-Java source files is something similar to your log4j configuration. Here also we have log4j properties, right? So I can take this one. I can use the same format. It's the log4j properties, which I want it. I want to write it to a log.out file, and also I want to write to a in this format, percentage %d. In this format, I want to write everything. So let's run this one now. What happens? Okay. Now actually you don't have anything, right? If you go here, if you reload, there will be like a log.out file will be generated in the same folder. Okay, log.out. It printed everything, right? Invoked. How many times actually you will write? Those many times it will keep adding that to the list. Now, okay. So for any questions now, this is what actually you can write the POM XML. You can create dependencies here, and you can use them actually in the project. So for any questions?
No, sir.
What it is? Group ID Maven. This is different. Okay, this plugins actually build and all actually we'll talk a little bit later. Now actually what we will do, let's say actually so far actually this is what we covered, right? Now in previous class actually I was talking about the building of the jar file, the building library, how we will build it up. So for this also, I first of all actually I'm explaining you using a very easy tutorial using IDE. Okay, now you can go to Maven. You can see like a Java trading, right? Now you click on this M icon, execute Maven goal. There are many goals actually which are there in this one. Each has a different purpose. What clean will do? Clean will clean your target there. Like for example, actually here, target generated classes and all there, right? So if we execute clean, it will delete this one. Clean means your existing compile is cleaned. That means you need to you whatever you clean, right? Uh, Whatever you generated the class files, it just deletes that one. Clean is deletes existing class files. See, automatically it went, right? Even if I keep like a reload, it won't show it up. Now you can tell that, okay, how the class will be generated again. For this, you have compile. When you execute this compile, what it does, it recompiles everything. Source option 5 no longer. Yeah, I think this won't work. This is what actually we need it. Now let's recompile it. Compile, and target folder is generated. It generated with all classes and everything. So here actually I can specify 8 version also. So the binaries will be specified is compatible with Java 8. Like wherever you go, like at least Java 8 version, it will generate it. So let's see if it works. And remember, actually, when you see that, right, these are all commands what you are running. These are all commands what you are actually running. Even you can run them. As I said, right now, actually, I'm showing that a very easiest way. But technically, actually, you can go here. You can run Maven clean. It should run it. But now the command and all actually is not found. That's why actually I told the same commands actually will be using the command line arguments as well. But I will explain you like how to set up this everything later. Um, now, yeah, now compile is there, right? So now actually how you can generate the artifact. Artifact means how you can generate the jar files. That's where actually comes up package. Now, as soon as actually package is successful, see here, it created a Java training with Maven 1.0. Suppose you now actually you found that actually it's everything you want to clean it, you want to roll out a new version. What you do? First, actually, you will clean it. Nothing is there, and you are creating a new version 1.1. It's a again versioning, right? A big number. The first one is the major version, and followed by is called like a minor versions. 2.0, 2.1, 2.3. What 2.3, 2.4, 2.4, these are all right. These 2 is the major version, and subversion, like a you feel like a there are many changes, then maybe you can go with the major version. You feel like there are only minor changes, then you can go with the few changes, then you can go with the minor version. So now let's say that uh, you created 1.1. You can create, instead of going to compile, you can directly go with the package. What package will do, right? It will compile and then package. Yeah, it's sources release 8 target. Yeah, that's why it's complaining it actually. Yeah, we'll tell about that one later. It shouldn't complain. Now you can see the jar file is generated, and if you reload it, yeah, it's generated in the target. Right? This is your jar file. It generated in the target folder, and that is what actually your application. Now, right? You can combine, actually you can combine multiple commands in one go. Like as I said, right? It's, if you notice, actually it's 1.1 here because we updated to 1.1 here. So if I update to 1.2, again the next version will be like 1.2. But you feel like actually every time actually executing clean package is like a 2 times job, right? What you can do, you can combine commands, clean, package. So first actually it execute clean, and then actually it executes package. See, it cleaned first, and then it's created new jar. If you look into this log, right, whatever it's created, so you can see that actually building this one, first actually deleting this target directory, and then it's compiling. Once it is compiling, what it is going to do, it is testing actually. Testing, we haven't covered anything so far. We will cover it maybe tomorrow. How to write JUnits and all actually will cover actually. We'll cover it. No test cases to run it, so it's not done. Now this is what actually your jar file actually finally build the jar file, and total time it took is 8:39 seconds actually it took to build the jar file. So you can see actually if there are any error, it will also print that error also here. So that's what actually what we learned. So we learned Maven, how to create a POM XML, how to create the project from POM XML, how to add dependencies. You can add as much as dependencies as you want, whatever you want. Uh, Again, dependencies are like a reusable code. It might be developed by your company, it might be developed by third parties, or it might be developed by a community like a Apache, anyone. So whatever actually you can use them according to your need. Okay, any questions so far?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
we want to update our project. So first we need to clean and then package. Is that mean?
correct. You want to update project, meaning like a update project means you want to recompile it.
Okay.
No, I'm asking, is that what you want? Recompile. What do you mean by update?
Means you told me we are updating versions, right? Just now you showed one.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like every time. We'll cover that one actually later. But yeah, this is what actually version. We will override this version also in the build tools. There are again so many things actually which we need to cover. Um, ye- at this time, yes, this stands true. Whatever you give, that is what actually your version. Every time actually you want to roll out a new version, you will specify a new version here, number, and if you build right package, it will uh, it will build the jar file with the appropriate jar version.
Okay. For example, I'm creating one project, so I want to update. First, I need to clean and package, right?
Yes, you need to clean will delete the existing one, and package will regenerate the new one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, any questions so far? Any questions from others? Okay. Now, right, I'm not checking in anything actually today. You practice it actually, Maven. It's very simple way actually, as I explained. First, right click any project, take like a new project, right click, add framework support, and then click Maven. You can see, just create a new project, right? You you see that wonders happening, right? Right click, add framework support. You can see like src folder and empty pom xml is created. Give your group id, maybe whatever your dependencies actually you can define that one, and you can start actually writing some code and show it to me tomorrow. One more thing actually, tomorrow we don't have class, uh, and day after is saying so. Till then,
Sure. So can you show once again that from GitHub how you take this project Java training
no,
and
nothing. Actually, what you will do, file, new project,
Mm,
anything
I
actually.
know. No, no, I know, sir. This
Mhm.
just I want to learn from how you took from GitHub.
Okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
file, new project from version control, and here actually you need to give the URL of the project. For example, this is your Java training with Maven, for example, just giving you heads up. So it will give you like where you want to download also. Sometimes this directory may be exist. In that case, actually you need to delete it so that a new project will come. Clone.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Happy
Okay. Thank you then. Have a
birthday
wonderful
in
day.
advance.